Just another red day on the market. How'd you guys do today? Hey guys, today I'm going to be covering the Robinhood challenge as well as how I'm picking my monthly dividend stocks and some of my stocks in general. If you guys are new here to the channel and you don't really know what it's about, I talk about all things investing with my tips, tricks, and insight into the stock market. So if you're looking to increase the size of your portfolio, then make sure you subscribe to my channel and turn on that bell notification to be alerted when new videos are released. So I believe we are on week number 7 for the Robinhood challenge. If you haven't heard of the Robinhood challenge and you don't really know what it is, I basically took an initial investment of $1,000 and each week have been incrementally adding $100 to the portfolio and investing in a couple different stocks that I think are going to do well in the future. And I have more of a long-term strategy, so buy and hold. And what I'm focusing primarily on is dividend paying stocks like Dividend Aristocrats or some of those really strong companies that will have presence for the foreseeable future. So I think the best way to cover what's been going on in the Robinhood challenge is just to hop right into the app. And you can see right now that if I head over to the home screen, that the past day it was a negative day on the stock market. It was actually really bad all the way around. So if I scroll down and just show you some of the stocks that I was invested in, this is the chart. All the charts basically, you know, with how bad the market was today, everything pretty much was red on the market. So that was tough. Obviously I did make some money with Realty Income, Coca-Cola, and Johnson & Johnson. So that's always a plus when you got some that are green even when the market is down. So the past day I lost about $10, you know, down 0.52%. And then the past week we're still up over the past week, so $2.53. And then the past month we are up $44.93, and then 3 months with it, which is a little bit longer than the duration of this challenge, so that's up $40.94. So we're still very much in the green. That's very promising moving forward. And I mean, that's not necessarily the emphasis of this portfolio either. It's not necessarily gains in the short term, but rather in the long term. I would expect that as the market starts to dip or we hit a recession or something, this would mirror that, and hopefully it would beat the market still, but it's not like this is going to go against the market and go up when the market's going down. So let me just show you a little bit about the history of what I was doing and what's been happening. So I'm going to filter it out and go by dividends just so you can see what dividends I'm receiving this month. So the past 30 days, you can see starting on September 10th, I had Johnson & Johnson, Realty Income, LTC Properties, Coca-Cola, HP, and another Realty Income payment coming in. So that's pretty cool that the dividend snowball has really started on this channel, and you can see real time what payments I'm going to be receiving from these companies. So pretty interesting there, making a couple bucks on the side just from those dividends coming in. Now, what I also wanted to cover was what happened this past week, what moves I made on the market. So I'm going to load this up right here, and you can see here's the past 30 days. Basically started right here. So I actually sold my Vanguard Total Bond Market ETF. I recently released a video why I was investing in this. It's still a very solid investment if you want to make to, you know, mitigate your losses from a recession that might be occurring. But for the time being right now, I just didn't want to put my money into this, and I felt like I could use it better this week to buy in some stocks that I saw at a better value. So I ended up selling that. And then the first thing I did was actually buy some PSEC. So PSEC is Prospect Capital. If you haven't heard of it, they are another monthly dividend paying company. They're a little bit riskier than the type of investments that I like to make. They have been increasing their dividends, and right now on Robinhood, it actually says they don't pay a dividend, but that's incorrect. They're about 6 cents a share. So I'll be expecting to get some returns from that. I actually got 10 shares, so I bought 8 this morning and then 2 later in the day. So my average is though right around $6.53, and I think it dropped to like $6.49 today, so not too bad there. And this is, like I said, monthly dividend paying. I seem to put more of an emphasis on those monthly dividend paying stocks right now, which is awesome just because I love to see those returns coming in. So the next thing that I decided to do was invest in another share of A.O. Smith. Now this was one that I talked about a while ago, but basically this company, in my opinion, is still undervalued. It's got some room to grow, and it's a dividend paying company as well. I'll go into it specifically in a second here. I also went ahead and got another share of Pfizer. Pfizer is a great pharmaceutical company if you're looking to get into that industry. They're undervalued in my opinion as well. That's why I wanted to pick them up. And that was the reason why I sold that bond ETF, was because I saw an opportunity to get into some of these stocks. So Pfizer was a good one too. And then I got another share of LTC Properties, so that's another monthly dividend as well. That was, I guess, my focus this week, was really buying those monthly dividends, which should be pretty cool moving forward because I can get payments every single month, and that is really just going to help accumulate that snowball to grow my portfolio pretty big. And I thought that I also bought a share of Realty Income, but I guess I did not today. So that's something that I want to do moving forward. Realty Income is definitely my favorite stock that I have in this portfolio. If I go into it right here, you can see that it's got me a total return of $24.89 alone. So this one is one of the best. Also, let me just go into those. So PSEC, I had 10 shares, average cost of $6.53, like I said. And then right here's where that discrepancy is for the dividend yield. So it doesn't actually have one listed in Robinhood. And that's why I always tell you guys to make sure you're doing research outside of just the Robinhood app, because their information isn't always as accurate as it can possibly be. So just keep that in mind when you're doing it. I mean, it's riskier. I think it's going to drop a little bit, so you could definitely wait if you're looking to invest on something like this. But where I'm more long-term oriented, the price fluctuations for now isn't really going to be a big thing for me, and I don't plan on holding a ton of PSEC. They're actually my lowest holding in my portfolio right now. I have it sorted by equity. So Pfizer, I picked up the other share today. Average cost $36.10, and I am down on them right now. But like I said, I think that they're going to bounce back pretty nicely, and their dividend yield is 3.16, so pretty solid there. LTC scooped up that other one, $50.30 for an average and dividend yield of 5.47%, and that's monthly, so expect to see those returns coming in quite frequently. AOS, this one I was doing really well on before. It actually dropped a lot today in the market, so that's why it looks worse than it is. Still up 53 cents on this overall, and a 1.78% dividend yield. They're more of a growth in my mind for this portfolio, but definitely nice to have that dividend as well. So just talking about some of my favorite stocks in this portfolio, like I said, Realty Income is definitely number one, but a close number two, and one that's been pulling a lot of weight for a while, is AT&T. So I'm up almost $14 alone on this company. I have 5 shares at an average cost of $34.75. They've seen some explosive jumps in prices over the past couple weeks off of some great news and some company buyback of the stocks. So that was pretty good. Another favorite of mine, definitely Microsoft. They are very solid. Another thing, they jumped up as well as Microsoft bought back into the company, and you can see most people are saying that this is a buy, so that's a good stock as well. But Coca-Cola, everybody knows Coca-Cola, another one of my favorites, $3.22 positive. Pretty much all of these are positive, which is awesome. So if I go to my total return, you can see what I'm getting here. So I only have Johnson & Johnson as a negative, Pfizer as a negative, and PSEC, and those are very, very minuscule negatives compared to what I have for positives. So some great stuff that we're seeing out of this portfolio. Now guys, I've been receiving a number of comments and questions asking about how I'm finding these monthly dividend paying stocks. People were struggling to find the best resources to look at, and I stumbled across this website, and this is how I've been identifying a lot of the different monthly dividend stocks. So it's pretty interesting. You can see all of the different ones broken down quite nicely on this, and the best part is you can export this right into an Excel spreadsheet, and then you can sort it however you want. It has things like PE ratio on it and a lot of different indicators that you can look at. If you're wondering how you should be picking stocks and stuff like that, I'll put a link to another video that I did about how I make my own stock selections. Now, keep in mind, it's going to be a little bit different just because these are monthly dividend companies, and the way that I like to invest typically is in more blue chip or higher quality stocks, I guess you could say. But now my favorite that are monthly dividend paying stocks would definitely be Realty Income at number one. I listed that one before, but if you're wondering another great one to get into if you're just getting into monthly dividend paying stocks, then I would recommend Invesco, the S&P 500 high dividend low volatility ETF. So basically this ETF is one that tracks the S&P 500, and it also pays you monthly dividends on top of that. So if you're new to investing, don't really have time to do the research, don't want to do the research, why not just track the market? That's what has proven to be the best results for those people who don't really have that time, don't want to put in the effort, and basically just want to see their portfolio grow over the years. Now, it's tough to recommend this one as I think a recession is coming on the way, but then again, people who invested before the 08 recession in index index tracking and S&P 500 tracking funds basically made a lot more money in the long run than they did in the short run. So if that's your goal, then definitely consider investing in a company like this. And that pretty much wraps it up for this video. I want to thank you for sticking around, checking out the video. If you did enjoy it or you found it useful in any way, make sure you drop a like on the video. And if you haven't done so already and you made it this far, just hit that subscribe button. It really shows me your support. Turn on that bell notification and have a great day.